This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by HomelandStupidity.us. I'm sitting here with Jesse Maloney of Keene.
Yes.
Jesse is a Free Stater. Free Staters are people who move to New Hampshire for more freedom. And he's doing something interesting that no other Free Stater is doing right now. Or at least not quite the same way. Jesse, tell me about the little invention that you came up with in New Hampshire here.
I've come up with the Anarcho-Jesse labor note, which is an hour's worth, it's a currency backed by an hour's worth of my labor. I do everything from demolitions to construction to computer repair, and on the back of my labor note is a place where you can find the terms and agreement, and I can pretty much service anybody. There's exchange for Federal Reserve notes, for commodity, anything. It's whatever you want to exchange for, and free exchange between everybody else.
Now, Jesse's made these notes, at least initially, available at a very low price of $2 per hour, so I went ahead and bought some, and I'm going to, use some of Jesse's labor, probably to help with the Ridley Report. And what's your main goal with the notes, Jesse?
My main goal is not for profit. My main goal is to promote alternative currency. I think that alternative currency is going to go a long way to establishing liberty here, and the better we break away from the Federal Reserve note, the better chance we have of preserving our wealth and our liberty.
Here's a closer look at some of Jesse's notes. As you can see, I've got them weighted down by Liberty dollars, which of course are a different alternate currency. This is Jesse's 1 hour note. Hey, how about I provide some musical entertainment while I'm showing you these pictures?
What about the issue of counterfeiting? How easy or difficult would your note be to counterfeit?
It's pretty difficult because I have some pretty sloppy handwriting that I use to sign it, and I've got a watermark that lets me know. And I also have a blacklight ink on it. That way I can always check to see how many there are. There was also only 42 notes made of 100 hours total circulation, so if there's any more or less, I'm definitely going to know about it.
Are you planning on making any more if this is initially successful?
I'm not planning on making more. I'm planning on making them last more time, because I'm only one man, and since I'm one man, 100 hours I think is just enough.
We're over here, by the way, at the Live Free or Die Festival in Jeffrey. So you're afraid that if you put out more than that number of hours, you wouldn't actually be able to redeem the notes
that's
in
right.
labor.
I want to make it something that people can redeem, people can trust. An hour of labor is something people, they're going to want to have trust in. It's not something tangible as, say, gold, silver, which is another form of alternative currencies that people are using these days. Labor will make it easier for us. Not easier, but it's easier to transition, I feel. It's like if I can give out 100 hours, if I give out more than that, then I can't keep track of who I'm supposed to give hours to, and the work will suffer. So I want to do a good job, valuable work, and I wanted to promote the idea of alternative currency.
Well, of course, you could have the same notes coming back to you over and over again, doing hours of labor over and over again, I guess.
Right. I could have that, but that's the thing. Like, if people start using them, then maybe one day I'm not going to have to go out there and spend 5 Federal Reserve notes on a slice of pizza and soda. I can just hand them an hour's worth of labor, and I'll be just as set.
Do you think you might be in a position to crank out a currency for maybe somebody else? Like, you could call it like the John Doe note, and you design it, it's got your same design, but it's backed by somebody else's labor?
Yes, I could definitely do something like that. I must actually admit, the design, I had input on the design, I said what I wanted, but the actual designer was Dale Everett of AnarchyInYourHead.com fame. He's the one that made it a reality. I told him what I wanted, the design, everything, where I wanted it, the layout, but he's the one that put it all together, and I printed it myself, and I've pretty much made them otherwise myself, but he's the one that did the actual artwork. So if someone actually wanted artwork, you should probably go to Dale Everett, but I could give you ideas on how to make it so it's foolproof so that you can't counterfeit.
All right. Jesse from Keene, thank you for your time this August 23rd, 2008.
Thank you.
Have you ever wished you could just grab the president's attention for a few seconds and tell him what's wrong with Washington? Well, there is one Free Stater who's apparently already done it. Michael Hampton over at HomelandStupidity.us. Hampton reports that a summary of at least one of his articles ended up in the President's Daily News Briefing. So, why do powerful Americans pay attention to HomelandStupidity.us? Well, it's because Michael Hampton is a great whistleblower. Drop by HomelandStupidity.us and see for yourself what the fuss is all about. homelandstupidity.us.